Thank you, Jane. It's our testimony time. Happy your translate today. Happy, please.
Thank you. Hello, Jane. This is Happy. How are you?
Good, thank you. So
I'm ready.
today's testimony that was written by Pastor Rudy Holland.
今天的见证是由 Pastor Rudy Holland 牧师所提供的。
As I read Genesis chapter 6, 8 through 22 this morning, I was impressed with the importance of one person that will live for the Lord.
今早当我读到创世纪6章8至12节时，我被一个为人而活的人的重要性所深深的触动。
You may think that you are not significant, but you may be the one that brings blessing to many.
或许你认为你不重要，但是你可能会成为一个给众人带来祝福的人。
In Genesis 6, we read of the displeasure of God with falling men.
在创世纪6章，我们读到了上帝对堕落的人类的不满。
Genesis chapter 6, verse 7 says, And the Lord said, I will destroy men whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and creeping things, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them.
创世纪6章7节说，耶和华说，我要将所造的人和走兽，并昆虫以及空中的飞鸟都从地上除灭，因为我造他们后悔了。
Among all men, it is said of one man, Noah, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
在众人当中提到了一个人，就是挪亚。挪亚在耶和华眼前蒙恩，唯有挪亚在耶和华眼前蒙恩。
That was Genesis chapter 6, verse 8.
这是创世纪6章8节。
In verse 9, we read, Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. Genesis 9. In the following verses of chapter 6, we read of God's plan to save Noah and his family and preserve all of creation as God purged the world with an universe flood.
在6节中，我们读到了挪亚是个义人，在当时的世代是个完全人。挪亚与神同行。在6章接下来的经文，我们读到神计划要拯救挪亚和他的家人，并保存所有的受造之物，因为神要用大洪水洁净世界。
Noah was but one, but he was one.
挪亚只是一个人，但是他是一个人，是其中一个。
He could not be everything, but he could do something, and that something Noah did and was used of God to preserve all of creation.
他不能做所有的事，但他可以做一些事。这些事挪亚做了，就是被上帝使用来保护受造之物。
My thought for today is for all of us. You and I are both one, but we are one. We cannot do everything, but we can do something, and that something we must do.
我今天的想法是给我们每一位的。你我虽然是一个人，但是我们是其中的一个，是其中的一个。我们不能做所有的事情，但是我们可以做一些事情。这些事情是我们必须做的事情。
The something, as I look at Noah and his contribution to God's plan for the world, I first note Noah lived in the grace of God. Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.
当我看挪亚和他对神拯救世界计划做的贡献时，我首先注意到挪亚活在神的恩典中，挪亚在耶和华的眼前蒙恩。
Grace literally means unmerited favor. Though Noah was not perfect in that he was sinless, but he was a just man, mature and perfect in his generations.
恩典字面的意思是不配得的恩赐。虽然挪亚并不是无罪的完全人，但他在那个时代是个义人，是成熟老练完全的。
God has seen the heart of Noah as being just and desiring to please him. Thus, God chooses Noah as an act of God's grace.
上帝看到挪亚内心的公义，渴望讨神的喜悦，因此神拣选了挪亚，作为他恩典的彰显。
God looks at our lives and our hearts and seeks that one that he can use to do his will.
神监察我们的生活和内心，寻找他可以使用来成就他旨意的人。
In the following verse, we note that Noah listened to God, and God said to Noah, Genesis chapter 6, verse 13, you and I need to listen for God's leading in our lives.
在下面的经文中，我们注意到挪亚听上帝的话，神对挪亚说，创世纪6章13节，你我需要听从神在我们生命当中的引导。
Our obedience may have far-reaching consequences. I think of the thousands of pastors and missionaries that were sent out to Tennessee temple schools because one man found grace in the eyes of the Lord. And this man, Dr. Lee Robertson, listened to the leading of God in his life, and God used him to those schools to touch the lives of thousands for the Lord.
我们的顺服可能产生深远的影响。我想起田纳西圣殿学校派出成千上万的牧师和宣教士，因为有一个人在神的眼前蒙恩，那就是罗伯逊博士。他听从神在他生命当中引导，神使用他和这些学校为主感动成千上万的生命。
My friend, listen for God's guidance in your life.
我的朋友，请听从神在你生命中的引导。
The third thing I note of Noah is his labor for the Lord.
我注意到挪亚的would you please hit that word again?
Yes. The third thing I note of Noah is his labor for the Lord.
我注意到挪亚的第3件事是他为神做的工作。
Noah built an ark when people had never seen a flood, not even rain had they seen.
挪亚建方舟时，人们从未见过洪水，甚至连雨他们都没见过。
Sometimes you and I are called to do the unusual, to be the one used of God brings God's blessing to many.
有时你我被神招做不寻常的事，成为被神使用的人，成为给众人带来祝福的人。
Just do what God calls you to do.
尽管做神招你做的事情，
Labor as unto the Lord, never for the applause or understanding of men.
像是为主做的，不是为人的掌声和理解称赞做的。
God bless you today, and remember, you are but one, but you are one. You can't do everything, but you can do something, and that something you must do.
愿今天上帝祝福保佑你，请记住，你只是一个人，但是你是一个人，是其中一个人。你不能做所有的事情，但是你可以做一些事情，而这些事情是你必须做的。
Have a great day. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem.
祝你有美好的一天，请为耶路撒冷的平安而祈祷。Thank you for your testimony. Please lead us with Lord prayer. 请大家赶快跟着老师读祷文。
The Lord's Prayer.
The Lord's
The Lord's
prayer.
Prayer.
Our Father in heaven,
Our Father in heaven.
hallowed be your name.
Hallowed
be your name.
Your kingdom come,
Your
kingdom come.
your will be done
Your
be
Your will be done.
Be done
on earth as it is in heaven.
On
earth
earth
as
as
it
it is in
is
heaven.
Give us today our daily bread,
Give
Give
us
us
our
today
daily
Today, our
bread.
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
And
And forgive us our debts,
as we also have forgiven our debtors.
And we
as
also
we also have forgiven our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
and
And lead us not into
temptation,
but delivered us from the evil one.
but
deliver us
from the evil one.
Amen.